Hoe to like what the who fucking cares, bitch? The fucking lighting is just not giving. I don't care. I don't fucking care. I had to come on this bitch because I love women. I love black people. I love black people. Right? Um but and this is nothing new. Like I knew like the world didn't care about black women. Um it's just like I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully my alright, hold on, bitch, hold on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I have so many emotions and I have so many thoughts that I want to get the fuck out of my head because like I love when people play in my fucking face. Like I love when people well, let me just start here. I think this might be a controversial opinion. I'm gonna turn this fucking light off because it's pissing me off and it's not doing what it needs. Fuck this shit. Fuck that. Whatever. Um, yo, honestly, like, I just don't get why. If here's my thing, I believe that if you sit by and watch harm being done and you don't that bystander effect shit, basically what I'm saying is the bystander effect should be criminalized. Like controversial, I know, bitch. The bystander effect needs to be fucking looked into because you bitches are spineless as fuck. You niggas are cap as fuck. And it's pissing me the fuck off. And it's really upsetting me and my girls. Because if you can't go to Bella Noche, then where can you go? Like, if you can't go to your own people and confide in your own people and feel like they will have your back and that you're not standing alone in victimhood. And I use air quotes because I don't want to victimize anybody. It's just when men do not take women seriously in the business world. That's just a fact. Like, that's not nothing new, right? Because it's man's world. It's just really fucking frustrating when you see it happen in such a reachable form. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, it's one thing when you see, like, Diddy doing Diddy. Or if you see, like, Jay-Z doing Jay-Z, right? It's one thing to see black capitalism and, like, power dynamics play out and, like, the Pharrells and the fucking who else was like Chance the Rapper, like all of these niggas who are like seemingly look like good guys, but are surrounded by predators or surrounded by people who weaponize the power difference in power dynamic. You niggas are just as fucking guilty. I Listen, it's a I know, and I might be alone in this opinion. I don't care. But if Diddy and all the motherfuckers around him, Drake and all the motherfuckers around him, all of you niggas who sit by in these fucking studio sessions and these business meetings and you don't stand up for the women and the femmes and the people who are less powerful than you, but you want to benefit from their work and their labor. I cannot do that. No, hell nah, fuck no. Like, it's so disappointing because like you want to, I see why like Kendrick and like people Kanye, like Lauren canceled her US tour. And I fucking get it. I don't fucking blame her one fucking bit. Because when you look at the local, like, indie artists, and you see, like, you look at who's at their shows. Even, like, if you look at a Doechii concert and you look at the audience, who's there? Who's the majority of the audience? I'm talking about arenas. I'm not talking about when she's doing, like, farmers markets. I mean, flea markets, and she's doing, like, intimate, like, performances where it's for us. I'm talking about when they make it past that point of, like, when they open, like, when she started doing features with Katy Perry and shit. Like, I see why niggas shift. Same with SZA. Like, when there's a shift in this person's artistry and they start doing stuff a different way, the hood and the place they came from be mad as fuck. Like, you still have niggas who don't fuck with Kanye for reasons outside of, like, the obvious bullshit he said in the past few years, like, politically, and, like, I'm talking about, like, the music. Like, I fuck with all of Kanye's albums, to be honest. I'm gonna be honest, I fuck with all of it. Like, I love music, I love emotion, and those that get it, and those that don't get it, don't get it. And I'm in a space where I don't even want to say for the first time in my life, because I've always felt ostracized and I've always felt othered, even in black spaces, even in queer spaces, where I'm supposed to feel comfortable and feel, like I'm a part of this tribe, right? But like I said, I don't need a group of people to feel that security. It would be nice because we're social creatures and we need socialization. Like, and I don't know, like, I just don't trust people because of how I'm seeing them move, and I don't trust people because of my past experiences, and the people who know of those past experiences, they are, like, split. Like, there's people who have seen the very ugly result and effect of those experiences, and then there's people who just heard about it and then or just know about it because I've told them my story. I'm just not, like, I'm just, that, like, I'm not gonna cry. When, like, your parents, like, whoop your ass or, like, punish you or piss you off because they yelled at you or something like that, and then, like, maybe the next day or hours later they trying to, like, kiss up to you to, like, they don't apologize. Even if they are wrong, they don't apologize. They'll say something like, "Oh, you want to go to the store with me? You should come to the park." Like, they'll want you to be a part of something with them as a means of, like, reconnecting after a conflict. I'm not passive aggressive. I'm not aggressively passive. I'm passively aggressive. I'm aggressive and I'm direct, and I speak my mind and I speak my truth. And a lot of time people think I'm being mean, and I'm not, because I've already said these things politely in a more docile way. I've said these things and still not been listened to. So that's why I say, like, I love being a woman. I love being a black woman. I wouldn't have it any other way. I was born into this world black. I love being black. I love my heritage. I love where I come from. But it's fucking hard, bro. It's hard as fuck, and it's a bittersweet experience when skin folk who you deem to be in that struggle with you think they're in that struggle with you, and they're not, because you have people who have different privileges and different advantages. Like, simple as that, and that's okay. It's just about what you do with those advantages. And I'm seeing people use their advantages in a way that's not sustainable, and I don't think it's helpful in the long term. I think it's very instant gratifying, and I'm having to remind myself that I don't have to follow that I have been planning and been laying the groundwork and laying the bricks of everything that I'm doing. And because there are people who are attracted to that coming out of the fucking woodworks, I feel like I want to retreat, because I don't want everyone having access to me. I was watching this video by Khadijah, and she was talking about how like artists like SZA and like uh, um, Chappel, Roan, like there are artists who become artists to be artists, and there are celebrities or people who become artists who become artists to be celebrities. Like, and when I go to exist in society, I can see clear as day which is which. But at the same time, the people who may, I can't even say I see, I can see like on surface level, yeah, I could kind of start categorizing. On surface level, I can start categorizing like, oh yeah, you're definitely here for the clout and the optics and the, you know, the accolades and the attention that comes with it. Cool. But then I can tell who's there to truly get out whatever was in their heart, truly expel the trauma and the depression and the sadness and the lust and the overthinking and the insecurities and the imposter syndrome. Like, that's what I come for. I come for the artists who are telling their fucking stories. I didn't start this black alchemy shit for nothing. I know it's I know. I didn't start this black alchemy shit like out of thin air. Like, this shit took time, and it took a lot of fucking intentional planning and mapping out, and I'm still doing that. And it's like it's not being respected by the people who want access to me, and it's pissing me the fuck off because I'm a black queer woman, and it's so much harder for me to do what a straight black man does, or a fucking college graduating a black woman. Like, the uppity black folks, like the college graduates, like, and it's not all of them, but like people who graduated from college who are black, like being a college dropout and being black is a different. Specifically, let me just say, I'm an HBCU dropout, and I feel like that's a whole nother level of like fuck you to the black experience. Um, like, I feel like black people look at that as a bigger fuck you to like history, to civil rights, to like all the shit they went through for us to be able to fucking vote, for us to be able to fucking go to school and stuff like that. I feel like it's a different kind of sting to the community when you find out someone went to school of HBCU of that at that and then dropped out, right? However, no one asks what. First of all, college is hard as fuck, and I commend anyone who was able to finish, especially if you're doing it on your own, because I was doing it on my own. I didn't have any fucking help. I didn't have anyone sending me care packages. I didn't have any mutual aid. I didn't have family taking care of me. I didn't have anything. I didn't have a laptop. I didn't have money to buy books. So how long was I realistically, even thinking about it, I want to cry. How long realistically would I have been able to flourish and thrive, right? Because I didn't have the basic shit that I needed just to start, just to be able to show up. And I think when you look at people like, and I'm just speaking about my community right now because it's hard, because like when I talk about the queer side, it's like mostly white, and then when I talk about the black side, it's like not as queer, and it's really hard for me because I don't for me, I don't even like labeling myself my sexuality, because like me saying queer has the very least to do with my fucking sexuality. It's more so just trying to put a blanket statement on what I have been confused about my whole fucking life. And I'm still confused to it to this day, because it's like I like feminine men. I like feminine men who like women. I like the men y'all call gay. I like the men that society deems sissies and soft and simps. But at the same time, I come from the hood. I was raised by a single black woman. I'm not a girl that you can just take out the hood and take the hood out the girl. Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? I need someone who can like keep up with me, and that's on a platonic level, on a friendship level, on a business level. And I'm a very intense woman, so it's like when I'm talking in business with other people, specifically men, especially black men, because black men feel this allegiance to obtain this oppressor position on people who are smaller and less powerful than them because they feel emasculated by the white man, right? They think that freedom to them is the closest they can get to being the one cracking the whip, and that's just not it. Um, so it's really frustrating for me trying to find my stride because I'm no longer trying to find my space and I'm not trying to find my people. Like I have no fucking desire anymore to try to find my tribe. Like fuck it. Like damn if y'all want to be a part of me and what I'm doing, and damn if you don't. And damn if you don't. Like at this point, I can't be bothered caring anymore because I'm seeing that y'all don't care. Like, like the people who want access to you don't want to invest and put in time and energy into sustaining it, and they think that they can just reap the benefits of what you have been, all the blood, sweat, and tears you have put in. And then you have people who are uppity and feel like they can like talk down on you or feel like they can little girl you, or they feel like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, like because you don't have a degree, because you don't have a piece of paper to say I'm qualified to talk about this, or I've lived this experience long enough. And then for me it's like, bro, I've been living this shit for all my life, and all these different things I've done. It feels like sometimes I gotta keep talking myself out of the imposter syndrome of like I don't have the right to be in this space or speak on this or whatever when I do, because I have been in this environment for years and I've been doing these different things for years. And just because these people are new to the party doesn't mean that I have to change and shift things up, because a bunch of new people are watching me. Like, I don't care. I'm not going to keep on trying to be nice and trying to be docile and trying to say it in a nice way anymore. Because you heard what the fuck I said. I said what I said. You heard me the first time I said it. Um, and that's just where I'm at with it. Like, I'm not gonna be begging nobody to be listening to me anymore. And as bad as I want my people to reap the benefits of the work that I'm doing, the only people who are going to really tap in are the people who have been watching from day one and know the journey, the people who are on that very same journey and putting in the work themselves and understand that this shit is not easy, especially when you're doing it alone. Um, yeah, it's just really frustrating because it's like the people that the space and the energy and the communities that you make your art through are not the ones that invest in you. And in a lot of ways I feel like 2000 what album, when did that, 2008. In a lot of ways I feel like 2008 Kanye. I feel like I'm like a fucking like rookie, like little producer rapper nigga, just like not being taken seriously. I feel like Lauren at the Apollo in 99 or 98, when her own people, like skin folk, was booing her. And it's like, y'all think that bullying is a form of encouragement because that's all we've been taught as black people in our culture, like joning at the lunch table and shit like that. But it's like, bro, y'all don't realize how that fucks up your psyche. And then as an adult, when you've been bullied your whole life, and then you finally reach a point where you feel self-worth and self-value and self-love, and you're being mishandled, or you're being like not respected, and you're not being valued. And that's just like really fucking heartbreaking. It's disappointing as shit. Like, honestly, it's heartbreaking as fuck because it's like I want my people to come with me, but I cannot have liabilities around me and risk them fucking up my shit. Because people who have never had to work for anything, or who don't have anything to lose, will fuck up your shit quick as they can. Cause they don't know how much energy and time you put into that shit. And I'm like, I feel like people are. It doesn't matter what I feel, because what I feel is not reality. It's not necessarily the world in its entirety, right? It's just a portion of my experience and what I am observing. But what I feel is important in my world. So I'm gonna talk about what I feel in my world. But also like it just I see how the world treats black women when when they speak up for themselves and they stand up for themselves. And it's not just black women. We are the bottom of the totem pole, but it's so funny that like you see how a white girl in a position that Chappel Roan is in still struggle with being taken seriously and being listened to. Like, I love Chappell Roan. Like, me and her would have probably been besties in high school because she's giving the girls exactly what the fuck they want and what they need. Like, I'm very much trying not to resist this natural urge to just say what I feel, and this natural urge to like tell people you don't have the fucking permission. And I've been saying that. I've just been saying it in a more empathetic way. But I think I'm at the point now where I'm spending so much energy and I can kind of feel myself like stressing out about how I say things nicely because I don't want to fuck up business relationships. Or I don't want to mess up a possible connection or a possible business relationship. But it's like I'm literally craving salt right now because I am like low key overstimulated, and also because probably my period's coming and my hormones and minerals are all deficient and stuff. But I don't claim stress. I don't claim, discontentment. I claim peace. I claim wealth, wealth that lasts. I claim a long, healthy life. I claim surrounded by people who love me and listen to me. Listening is so important, and I've always been a good listener, but I also talk a lot, which is why I talk to myself a lot, and I talk to this podcast and this YouTube shit a lot because I get word vomit when I get around other people. I get triggered as fuck when I'm misunderstood because I've been bullied my whole fucking life. And I probably have some undiagnosed mental health deficiencies that I can't afford to fucking get because healthcare and shit like that. And anyway, but all in all, it's like, who wants to be around all of that? Like, you know what I mean? And the only people I feel like will want to be around that is people who want to manipulate it. And I don't want to be around those people. You know, I'm not I'm a very intense person, and I realize like in the fields and doing the work that I'm doing and what I want to do there, I always end up around either mostly men or mostly people who have 10 years my senior, 8 to 10 years my senior. And so I always kind of feel like people, not feel, like, like it always has this energy of like talking down, like, or like this superiority complex. And I fucking hate that shit because it's like, I don't look at, honestly, I'm a person, I don't give a fuck what you got. I don't care how many followers you got. I don't care how much clout you think you got. I don't care about none of that shit because I know at the end of the fucking day, when you hit rock bottom, all that shit is gone. Who do you have around you when you hit rock bottom? That's what the fuck I care about. What community do you have? Like, y'all niggas be so wrapped up in just crabs in a barrel. It's just crabs in a barrel, bro. And it's like, I thought we were way more liberal at a liberal point in like life, but apparently not. Apparently the fuck not. Another thing I'm realizing is that like I don't really like to exist around a shit ton of people. I enjoy experiences. I value experiences, but I don't like experiencing things with people who are gonna ruin that experience or who are not respectful of the space that the experience is being held in, right? Um, I I don't drink, and when I have drank, it doesn't feel good. Um, the few times that I've drank and it been a good time, it's kind of like I think a placebo, but like all in all, like I don't really care for alcohol. Um, and I'm realizing that I was pretty sheltered as a kid. Like I was pretty fucking sheltered as a kid. And once I got to college, I completely had uh I just rebelled. Like even before that, like that's why I left home slash got put out slash ran away. Once I turned 15, and around that time, puberty was at an all time high. It was just so much going on. The house fire had happened. Like it was a lot going on, and I realized before then, like I was pretty sheltered as far as like going to other people's houses. Like I wasn't one of those kids that was sneaking out the house and going to fucking house parties and raves and shit. I was not one of those kids. And I'm realizing by being outside and being social, I'm realizing the spaces that I've been in, a lot of you bitches been smoking cigarettes since you were 15. And I'm not talking down on nobody, but I'm just realizing that like as much of the world that I know, I've learned through my own research. I've learned through reading books. I've learned through documentaries because I fucking love documentaries. I love seeing the process of something, and I don't know. I'd be uncomfortable around. I'm not comfortable anymore. Like I was when I was I wasn't comfortable then. I'm lying like a bitch. Um, But like that season of just like escapism through drugs and through alcohol and through sex and through dick sucking and kissing other people ass because you think you about to get some sort of advancement or benefit out of it. Like, nah, I'm way past that point in my life right now, and maybe that's because my frontal lobe has fully formed. But like, bro, I don't be judging people, but like when I be in certain spaces, like I just be sitting there looking at people like, you don't have to do that, right? You have like a choice to not do that, right? I don't know, bro. Like I don't be the buzzkill because I enjoy I come for the experience. But when I see people who come to escape, I have nothing but like empathy and just like sadness because I've been there. I've experienced that and I know what that feels like. And I don't know. I have a fixer complex. I have a savior complex. I want to help people, and I'm a nurturer. I love serving people, and I don't want anyone to experience the pains and the hard lessons I had to in my rebellious seasons. You know, that's just the person that I was existing, the ways in which I was carrying myself in that season of my life is not, it doesn't come natural to me. You know what I mean? And so when I'm around other entities that where that energy is present and is potent, it's uncomfortable for me, and I don't want to stay. Like I don't know. Like I'm just at the point now where I feel like I'm low key boring to the people who I guess thought something different of me because they just going off of what they see on social media, or they going off of like the optics and stuff, and they've never had actual conversation with me and sat down and got to know me. But it's just very disappointing when people don't take you seriously when you're doing something that benefits all of us. Like it just breaks my heart, bro. Like it's really fucking insane. Like, and I get why Lauren went to UK and went to all the other side of the world to do her tour with the Fugees, because it's like when I was reading the comments and shit, niggas was talking about like how she was always late and how she don't never like everything, all the scandalous shit that that was in the headlines and whatnot. And it's like I get it. If you spend money to come to a concert, whatever. But the comments were mixed. Like it wasn't like there were just people saying like this is what she was late all the time, and then when she did perform, she just did like renditions of different arrangements. She couldn't do the originals because apparently like the whole legality and who owns the masters and all that shit. Like all that shit is we don't know. We don't fucking know. I gotta do some research to figure out if that was settled or not yet. Maybe it has. Maybe it has been to a certain extent now that they are all touring and whatnot. But I think it's mainly because her son. I think that's why Lauren came back out and decided to go tour, because her son I think because of the next generation, us, we are like letting niggas know, like, bro, communicate. You know, we are like showing them how to still live life even through conflict and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I have to look into it. But I don't know. Like, this is just very disappointing. It's very disappointing. It's disheartening because women need men to protect them. I don't care what anybody say. Masculine energy is needed. Direct cardinal masculine energy is needed. Feminine needs the masculine. And I'm just not around enough masculine energy that I feel safe being feminine in. Cause I'm in my feminine era. I'm in my surrender era. I feel good about it, but I don't feel safe around certain spaces, spirits. And for me, I've come to realize that's non-negotiable for me. It took me a long time to figure out what was non-negotiable. I remember my therapist, I was talking to her about this, and I was like, I don't. She was asking me about my social life. I was like, I don't have one. And she's like, well, you need one. I was like, I'm good. Like, I'm mentally well. Like, I feel great. I'm gardening. My plants are healthy. And she was like, yeah, but I haven't heard you say anything about your social life. And I was like, I don't have one, girl. I have high standards, and it's not like my standards are irrational. I feel like my standards are just basic human kind, just humanness. Like, you'll see those posts of like, certain things like men doing for for Valentine's Day or shit like that or whatever, and it's like, or like those couple TikToks, and they'll be like, the husband washing dishes and taking care of the baby, and it's like the comments will be like, so you are rewarding these niggas for doing the bare minimum? You are rewarding these niggas to do what they signed up to do. Like, if you nutting a bitch, you signed up to be a dad. Like, what? And that's the funny thing. It's just like, I don't know. I'm just not easily impressed. And I'm no longer green. And it's like, I'm seeing how many green people are existing around people who know better. And that feels unsafe. Because if you are around someone who knows better, that does not necessarily mean they will do better. And that's what I mean when I say the fucking Chance the Rappers, the Ushers, and everybody that was around these predators and these people who were weaponizing their power dynamics, the Jay-Z's, Beyonce, all of you bitches that was around Cassie and knew, and all the other fucking women. And I'm just using this example like, a sex crime is the extreme hyperbolic example of what I'm talking about, but the dynamic is the same when it applies to platonic relationships, it applies to business relationships. All of this shit is intertwined. Business and personal relationships was all intertwined in this situation, so I'm just using this situation as an example. All of y'all need to be fucking indicted, in my opinion, because it's been going on too long. It's been going on way too fucking long, bro. And people have been saying the same thing loudly over and over and over and over and over again. And to me, I'm just like, but what about the people who just sat by and let this shit happen, bro? Because had it been, and this is the crazy thing. You have Usher sitting right here saying, no, he wouldn't let his son or his kids go to a summer camp with Diddy. So we can agree that you understand that this is wrong. This is inherently wrong. Because you wouldn't allow your children around this person. So why the fuck would you allow other people's children and other people around this person? And that's that bystander, like, hands-off bullshit approach that pisses me off, because then when you have one person stands up and say, fuck no, absolutely not. They're then a martyr for the cause, and it's like they don't have to be a fucking martyr if the rest of you spineless bitch niggas and bitches would speak up and just say what the fuck is going on. Am I losing my mind? Am I crazy? Am I the one that's drama? Because I just don't get it, bro. And this is why you have like women getting bricks in the fucking face for just saying no. You got women getting shot and killed for refusing sexual advances just out of the fucking blue. Like, you got women who are trying to, be nice and talk through an uncomfortable conversation so that this man doesn't feel threatened and feel so like volatile insecurity that he, is triggered by your rejection and tries to fucking kill you or stalk you or follow you home. Like, nah. And then it's like the same people who, like, I don't know, bro. Like, it's just like, I just don't feel like y'all protect SZA enough. I don't feel like y'all protecting Doechii enough. I don't feel like y'all protected Amanda Seales enough. Y'all damn sure didn't protect Azalea Banks. And it's like, if you look at the facts, yes, some of these bitches, Azalea is unhinged. I love her. She's unhinged. And some of the shit she says and the way she say it is just out of the, out of the way. But if you look at the fucking facts and you line this shit up with everything else everybody is saying, it's the truth. Like, this is what's so fucked up to me is that, and the intersection of being queer and black is that in a black space, when I speak up and I say no, I'm looked at as Amanda Seales or Azalea Banks. And then on the queer side, when I speak up and I say no, I'm looked at as Chappel Roan. And not by the gay community who is cheering this shit on, like, yes, like, speaking by the rich straight white men who don't like Chappelle Roan speaking up and saying absolutely the fuck not. Like, no. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, when you have somebody who makes art genuinely for art's sake and for emotional sake, and they are then catapulted in front of all these people for them to consume them and for them to have access to them, and y'all want to judge them on how they respond to it. Y'all want to judge them on them not mentally being able to handle it because they are not surrounded by people who can break up that pressure, who can help them carry that weight. They are in the spotlight alone. And that's how I feel. That's just how I feel. Those are my thoughts. Those are my emotions. I'm going to get off this bitch because my phone about to die. But yeah, that's just how I feel. I just had to get on here real quick and get my thoughts out and my emotions because, yeah, I don't want to hold in I can't afford a karate class, not a karate, MMA class. I really would like to take some sort of martial arts because I don't want to hurt nobody. And I have a lot of rage that I have to get out. A lot. And I'm not going to let this stress, this shit eat away at me. It don't belong to me. So if you know anybody teaching free MMA classes to women, send it my way. But yeah, spineless. Spineless.